Thank you very much, guys. Despite Edward Gaming kicking off fairly convincingly in the early game, getting some map control and map presence, Royal Club bouncing back from a fed Uzi. We've got a bunch of replays. Let's pull the first one right up onto your screen. And Crepo, talk me through the setup to this play and then the play itself.
Basically, what happened in the early game is that EGG played a sort of fast push, like lane swap style, and the biggest thing to note is that when they went bottom lane, they denied the rumble off the tower, got that tower with multiple people a lot quicker than UZI could take even down his first tower of the top lane. They rotated back around, went top lane, and they put even more tower pressure. If you roll the clip right here, we can see what's leading up to that. Yu leaves the mid lane, three people try to defend that tower top, but it's just way too many. Instant teleport comes in, Clearloves goes in, Zed goes in, and just a simple cleanup. Good heal there on Clearlove as well. Zero gets popped as well. And this is what I like, but initially about EDG, up until the point where they throw the game later, they played fast push towers against a team that's notorious for fast pushing in LPL anyways. They do it properly, they zone off the right people at the right moments, and they get ahead.
Insec really did not have the same level of early game impact that he did in game one of the series. It felt like Edward Gaming had sort of figured out a way to deal with Starhorn Royal Club. What was it that, cost him a little bit, Freak?
Well, to me, part of the reason that Insec is being held down is lane swaps are very easy to track junglers in. Yeah. In general, you just don't defend like your turret as a top lane or 0v2 because you can't see them. And so there's not a lot of gank opportunities. We saw the mid lane gank, EDG doing the one that Starhorn did. Starhorn's ready for it, though. And so it's actually pretty easy to keep track of an early game jungler. And then if you're making the aggressive moves, like the high percentage plays, right, the Lucian's going to be better than anyone else in the game early on. Like, there's no ganks there. You don't gank 4 people pushing your turret down. You try to defend, and you can't. So that was, I think, very good by EDG to fast push to kind of counteract at least an early power.
Yeah, that lead that they built up, however, was completely thrown away when they overcommitted to a bottom lane team fight, which is our second replay. I know, Double, if you were particularly excited about Uzi in this moment, so let's roll the clip out, and Double, if you can talk us through it.
Yeah, so Starhorn Royal Club, actually, you can roll the replay. Starhorn Royal Club actually has the jump on them right here. They're the ones who are aggressing, and you can see that Yu is kind of lagging behind. He's a little bit, just a tiny bit behind Orianna, but because they're on EDG's side of the map, Insect dies really quickly. There's that teleport that kind of zones them away and makes them indecisive for a split second. And then now it's just, let's chase. It's clearly that they have the numbers advantage. It's 4 versus 5. Obviously, the natural thing to do is to chase. But you can see here why. Well, that was a big miscommunication right there as well. And this two-man shockwave, it's still okay. It's still okay to go in. It's really just Name who kind of drops the ball in a couple seconds. This Zed ulti is totally fine. You can see right here, Name turns around and auto-attacks the cannon minion and leaves himself vulnerable. He's just choking. I have no other explanation for that. He just turned around, hit a cannon minion, and just died for free. And then this is just Uzi's incredible mechanics.
Yeah, Uzi's about to clean up here. A couple things I want to point out about the replay. The miscommunication, especially Rise Flash snaring, Thresh hooking the wrong target. I think if the Thresh hook was angled upwards, he would have either gotten Uzi or just Rumble flashing into his hook. And so that's miscommunication. On top of that, on Zero's point, I think his exhaust was a tad early. He could have saved his teammate because exhaust is a 0.5 seconds shorter cooldown than Zed's Deathmark Glass. But Zero played so well. I think all our eyes are on Uzi every fight, but Zero is doing everything to keep him alive. Every monsoon, every tornado is just spot on perfect. Every exhaust except for that one was perfect. That guy is just so good.
And this is what I like about this team comp is, a bunch of shields you can put on teammates. Zero, again, doing really well with Janna. We do have actually our third replay, which continues to show just how much this team is good at protecting Uzi here. So this is after a Baron cleanup. And the big things to watch for, one is Uzi's patience. He doesn't ult until it's ready to go. And then 2, just watch how quickly his team is ready to defend. So roll the clip out. It starts with the team forced to run away. And again, it's going to be watch the tornado that comes out from the Janna here. Watch how quickly Insec and Korn turn around to defend Uzi. Uzi still has not ulted, by the way. He's learned Youmu's to move faster to catch people, but he ults now once it starts. Watch the tornado. Rise shows up. Tornado's already there to slow him down. Life through the race. Now watch this. Shields are already on. Shockwave has already started and catches Zed right there. He can't do anything. It's freaking beautiful. I love this team. Yeah, and exhaust again, just for good measure. And now it's cleanup. It's really beautiful. This is almost a great play by Insect, but the Q still gets him.
Uzi's spacing in that fight as well. You saw him hesitate and step backwards, and you ask yourself why. He's standing right next to Janna all the time, so when Thresh turns around and hooks, Janna can move forward, take the hook, and Uzi can clean up.
It's so funny because whether you watch Season 3 World Championships Royal or this Royal Club, everyone on that team will form a concave to protect Uzi when he's in danger because they know this guy has the skills to carry, and he did.
Freak, I just want to quickly ask your opinion on Royal Club. Again, a bad call in the Baron pit earlier in the game.
Yeah.
I know you felt quite strongly about some of the decision-making leading up to that. Is this going to cost them the rest of the series if they do it again?
I don't know if it'll cost them the rest of the series. They've got 3 chances now to close the series out. This looks to be a series win for Royal Club. EDG could always surprise. As Jat talked about, Insec has lost series starting out 2-0 before. But the Baron thing that was weird to me, the misplay, is so Baron, when it attacks you, puts a debuff on that lowers your damage output by half for a few seconds. To properly juggle Baron aggro, one person tanks for like 3 or 4 seconds, then swaps. If you swap attack for attack for attack, you lose a ton of damage output, you kill Baron slow, and when we saw them get caught out, if they had juggled Baron properly, they kill Baron, get out in time, and don't lose 3 kills.
And we saw them misplaying the dragon juggling earlier as well. Just before we move on to the Twitter segment, I want to highlight Uzi once more. In the 2 games that he's played, he's gone 14, 1, and 6. This is the AD carry that made it to the World Finals. That's just Game 2. It's actually even higher if you include his Game 1 stats. And this is, again, AD carry that needs to be shut down in Game 3. We're going to put a pin in this for just a minute while we take a look at what you guys have been saying on Twitter. Earlier in the show, we asked you, what is your favorite rivalry of the 2014 World Championship? Here's a few of our favorite answers. First one from @Lycantus086. He tweets, the rivalry between Samsung Blue and Samsung White. I'm certain that Samsung White is tired to finish second to their sister team at home. I know Crepo liked that one earlier today. Next one, @SLRago says, my favorite rivalry at Worlds has to be Double Lift and the rest of the analyst desk. So many great back and forths between these guys. Hey, we've been nice. We've been nice. And finally,
Much of a rivalry if you can't find back into it.
Oh, next one. @Alonzo RDZ, he chimes in with, my favorite rivalry is the starting time of the stream and my fatigue Pacific time. Dude, props to you for joining in. And thank you for reminding us about that. Tomorrow's series between Najin White Shield and China's OMG will actually kick off on Monday at 10 a.m. Central European Summer Time, which is 1 a.m. Pacific. It is different from today, so be sure to get your sleep, Alonzo, before that match. We're going to step away for a minute. We'll be right back with Game 3 between Starhorn Royal Club and Edward Gaming. Don't touch that mouse.
That's not going to be what he wanted. More kills coming up for Uzi. Onto Cordo. That no distance to follow, but they are going to be able to lock down the quadra kill. Uzi stays alive with the help of 2 shields. That's the pop-up from Monsoon. Trying to hit it. Insec locks it down.
Well, they are going to be able to get the Baron, but will they be able to get out? Uzi goes down. They end up losing Cola. Insec will fall as well. It's going to be Uzi to get another one. They try and blast him down from the side. There's the Monsoon coming out. Uzi gets all the shields. In comes you. You will actually go down.
But a pretty fed twit. Everyone runs. Whoa! It doesn't have to be the best equalizer when you got Uzi with shields on him.